Hello and welcome to my guide on how to get a Firecape without protection prayers. This guide is targeted towards people who are already experienced with the fight caves and can get one with prayer no problem. So the topics that I'm going to cover in this video are, here's the 9 main things: starting spawns, logout, pausing, logout, pausing to check the spawns, the center spawn, southeast spawn, south middle spawn, southwest spawn, northwest spawn, and tick eating. Basically, you just, for no prayer Firecape, you just want to know where the spawns are going to be at. Then you'll know where to run to block the 360, and then you just basically take out all the monsters besides the 360 while the 360 is blocked, and then you move on to the 360. And yeah, it's pretty much that simple. Once you know where to go with the spawns and stuff, that's all it is killing the non-360s and then killing the 360. For pures, basically, the hardest part is just tanking the 360 while getting into the lure location, which is super easy for 90, I was going to say 99%, but that's not really. For like 4 out of 5 of the spawns, it's super easy. You'll take like one hit and then that's it. So on to the first topic, the start. Actually, I guess first of all, I'm going to go into the armor and the gear setup that I would recommend. For the armor setup, for this, you basically want the highest magic defense you can get. I already sold the stuff I was using on my other account, sadly, but basically the weapon, the best is a Master Wand, and you can use that on pretty much any account that has, I think 60 magic is the only requirement for it. So just the best magic defense you can get. Eternal Boots would actually be better than the Pegasian. A Odium Ward would be better than DFS for magic defense, although DFS is probably pretty good because they defend against the Rangers pretty well, which is kind of important. Yeah, so just the highest magic defense that you can get. And then as for the inventory, also you want to bring dragon arrows with a dark bow. Purple sweets, you'll probably want, I'd bring at least 3.5k just to be safe at the very least. If you're if you're 1 defense pure, maybe bring like 4 or 5k just to be safe. On my account that I did it with, my 31 prayer darker that you'll see in the clips, I used 2k whenever I got to the end. I got to the double 360s twice, and both times I used 2k sweets. So that was with 70 defense and basically max mage defense. And you'll want to bring some chins for Jad to hit the healers. I don't think it matters what kind, you just need a multi-hitting weapon. And lots of brews, restores, some anglerfish, blowpipe, and a rune pouch if you want to bring. If you can use vengeance, that is super helpful, especially on Jad. Only a few vengeances will take him all the way down to 0 HP just doing that. So that's really helpful. It helps with the 360s too when you venge them when you're at high HP for like the first hit. And that's basically it for the setup. Defense pure and you can't use vengeance. I've seen one person do entangles, so that can be helpful for the 180s. They can do tons of damage if you're a 1 defense pure. Entangles or some sort of ancient freeze can help block those from just ramboing you out. And that's pretty much it for this setup. Alright, so the starting spawns. This is something that you'll want to pay attention to and just kind of enter and exit until you get the right spawns. But basically, the second wave where 222 spawn, that's the 2 locations where the double 360s will spawn. And then also the third wave where the 45 spawns, that is where Jad will spawn. So you want to get that spawn over in the southeast corner, the same spot that I have in this clip. And the 22s, you can have them in multiple different spots. I like this spot because you can lure them really easily and just take care of them over on the Italy Rock, which is in my opinion, the easiest spot to kill the 360s. You don't have to blowpipe to eat them, which is just a tiny bit more difficult in my opinion. So I like this spawn that I got in this clip. So my next tip is pausing the wave. If you click log out during the wave, the first time you hit it, it will give you a message that says that the wave will be paused, or it will allow you to log out when the wave is finished. If you click log out before the wave is finished, you'll have to redo the wave. If you're in combat, it won't let you log out, but if you're out of combat, you can hit the log out button 2 times, and that will log you out completely, and then you'll have to redo the wave if you haven't finished. If you do finish, on the other hand, then you can log out and you can move on to the next wave when you log back in. But the thing is here, if you just hit it 1 time, when the wave is finished, it will just say the wave has, or the fight caves have been paused, and then it will tell you to log out. But it doesn't force you to log out when the wave is done. So you can just sit there and heal up, and that's what you're going to want to do after every single wave. You're going to want to heal up to full HP, or at least high HP, like 70, 80, something like that. Heal up, and then also put on your shield and your wand or your weapon, whatever, to get your magic defense up. And you want to turn off auto retaliate. I personally put my attack option on defense. That just gives a invisible +3 boost to defense. It isn't very helpful, but it is a little helpful, and I just want to increase my chances the best that I can, so I do that. And then so once you're all healed up and everything, the wave is done, then you just hit log out again and you'll be logged out. And when you log back in, so that brings me to the next topic, which is checking the spawns. As soon as you log back in, you want to hit log out once, and then, as you'll see in this clip, you'll want to hit log out a second time as soon as you see any yellow dots appear on your map. You also want to move away from the center area and away from any spawn locations, so that if a 22 spawns or a 45 spawns, it can't immediately attack you with melee, because you won't be able to null yourself or whatever you do to cause them to stop attacking you. The reason it works with the 360 or with 90s is because they attack you and you can hear the sound before the actual hit hits you. So you hit log out when they've attacked you, like they sent their attack, but it hasn't actually hit you, and for some reason that causes them to stop attacking, and then you'll be logged out after 10 seconds. And then you'll want to look for the 360 before it logs you out, so you'll know where the 360 spawns at, which will then let you know where you want to move to. In the next part, I will tell you where you want to move to for each of the different locations that the 360 can spawn. And as you guys can already see, the next clip that I have playing is where you have to heal in between waves. Like if you when you're checking the spawn, sometimes you get hit by, well, the 360 hits you a lot of the time. Sometimes it will hit a 0 and then you don't really have to worry about this, but a lot of the time, especially if you're lower defense, the 360 will hit you while you're checking the spawns, and you only have 10 seconds to eat it up before it automatically logs you out while you're checking the spawns. So you're gonna have to heal up in between, or you're gonna have to heal up before you actually go into the next wave. And you do this by doing what I'm doing in this clip. You just eat 1 to 2 purple sweets and then log out. Depending on your ping and your lag and stuff, like I can eat 2 most of the time, but on this this clip I was on wave 62, so double 360. So I was just being safe and only eating 1. Sometimes I do lag or I have bad ping or whatever, and I can only eat 1. Like there's been a couple times where I got attacked while trying to eat 2. So eat 1 to 2 purple sweets and then just log out before the next wave even starts. That is what you do to heal up in between waves or whatever, like when you need to heal up, as I needed in this clip. So yeah, that's another tip. I didn't put that on the front page or the front whatever thing because I forgot about it, but that is something that will come in handy and you will almost certainly need for some part of the cave. And next up, I'm going to talk about tick eating. I know this isn't in the same order that was on the first part of the video, but I felt I would go over this next. So basically, you just want to eat your purple sweet after the 360 launches its attack, but before it actually shows up on you. An easy way to spot this that I used is when its back leg bends. That is when I'd eat the purple sweet. So I'd wait for it to happen, I'd see that and then I'd eat the purple sweet. Sometimes you kind of start clicking it just based on prediction before you actually see it happen, and that can mess you up. I died a few times because of that. So wait until you actually see the animation happen, and then click on it just to be safe. But don't be too slow or you're gonna die. So you have like I don't know, maybe not 1 second, but you have a decent amount of time to click on the purple sweep before you actually get hit. With the 360 mage attacks, they're pretty slow. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Another warning is don't try and tick eat while running. I'm not sure why it doesn't work, or maybe it's not exactly running, but as you can see in this clip, I get hit above my HP, and the tick eating doesn't work when I'm running towards the 360 and it launches its attack. I'm not sure why, but don't run towards them and try and tick eat, because that will get you killed, as it did to me many times. So now onto the spawns. I'll start with the two easiest ones. They're pretty much identical other than where the 360 spawns, but what you do is the same for both scenarios, and that is the southeast spawn and the south middle spawn. You just run over to the northeast part of the cave near the cave entrance. You'll block the 360 with the Italy rock, the famous Italy rock that I'm sure you guys all know, since this is targeted towards experienced players who already know how to do a Firecape with prayer. So I'm sure you know what the Italy rock is. So the northeast part of the cave, and you just kill all the monsters that come over there and attack you. The 360's blocked, so you should be fine. Should be pretty easy. And once they're all dead, then you move on to the 360. If there's a situation like this clip where there's a monster kind of standing in front of the 360 so you can't quite get to it easily, you can go and attack it as I do, and the 360 shouldn't be able to attack you if it's in the same position as here. If there's a 90 like behind the 360, that'll be a little bit more tricky. You just kind of step to the west like 3 spaces I think, and then wait like 1 second and then run back to the safety of the Italy rock, and the 90 should get unblocked then and run or like walk over to the side that you're on, and you can take care of it alone away from the 360. And yeah, once you're ready to kill the 360, all you do is you attack it once, as I'm doing, then you run back to the safety of the Italy rock. You eat a purple sweet as you're running back before its attack hits you. And yeah, this situation you can run while tick eating. I'm not sure exactly why, but it works. So attack it and then run back and eat a purple sweet at the same time as you're running back. And that is what you do for both the southeast spawn and the south middle spawn. They're the same thing. So next up is the northwest spawn. You're just going to want to run over to the northeast part of the cave. So basically the same part as the previous spawns, although this time you're going to want to run all the way as far as you can go north, as I do in this clip, because the 360 will be on the west side of the cave instead of the south side. So you're going to want to use that rock to block it this time instead. And once again, just wait for all of the other monsters to come to you and kill them. And then this is key with this spawn, when you run over to the 360, make sure that you are as far north as you can go, and then run all the way over. So start in the same spot I started, and then run over to the 360. Don't start like just barely being blocked by the rock, where the 360 will like immediately be able to attack you as soon as you start running towards it, because then it will get 2 hits in and it will hit you while you're running towards it, and we'll run into that problem that I told you not to do before, which is running while tick eating. So you'll want to start in the same spot that I do and run over to the 360, and then you'll want to tick eat as you kill it. Make sure your auto retaliate is on for this part, and after you kill it, make sure you turn auto retaliate off. So next up is the southwest spawn, and for the southwest spawn you're going to want to run to the northwest part of the cave, and just once again take care of all the monsters that walk over to you. Once they are all taken care of, then you're ready to move on to the 360. And for this one, this is key for this spawn as well. You're going to want to start in the same spot that I start, run over the same way that I do, and make sure you're high HP before you start running over there. I should have said that for the last wave too, but hopefully you're watching this entire video so you'll hear it now. But for this wave and the last wave, you're going to want to be high HP as you're running over to the 360. because the first hit he will hit you while you're running, but you want to get to him before he launches his second attack. That is the key part. So by the time he launches his second attack, you're going to be standing still attacking him, and you'll be able to tick eat it. So once you're to him, attacking him, you just tick eat, and that's pretty much it for this spawn. Finally, on to the last spawn. This spawn can be the most dangerous, especially for pures, because you're going to be tanking multiple 360 hits. So this is the 360 will spawn in the center, and then you'll want to run to the same spot that I'm running, all the way over in the southeast corner. That will lure the 360 into the right position, where when you run over to the other side of the Italy rock, it will lure him behind the Italy rock. And then after that part is, after you have it lured, it's a piece of cake. It's basically the same as the first two spawns. You just attack it once, run back behind the Italy rock, and eat a purple sweet. Attack with your debo because of its distance, and yeah, it's all there is to it. Make sure you keep your HP high as you're luring it. This is where the brews really come in handy. You probably won't really use the brews for really any other part of the cave. This is kind of the main part that you're going to be using them, because you're going to want to keep you can't tick eat while running, so you want to just keep high HP and tank it like as if you couldn't tick eat. And that is pretty much it for the center spawn, and that is all the spawns. Next up is the double 360 spawn, and as I showed earlier on in the video, you can predict this spawn. So if you went for the same spawns as I had at the beginning, this part is pretty easy. You can lure them both behind the Italy rock just by running to the northeast corner, or the northeast part near the entrance. They'll both be behind the Italy rock. And once they're both behind the Italy rock, you'll just take care of them one at a time, the same way you would if with the south middle spawn or the southeast spawn. Although you'll probably want to brew up, be at your highest HP and brew up at the beginning of this wave, because it is possible to get attacked by both if the wave starts too early before you get far enough away. So it can be pretty dangerous, but other than that, it's pretty simple. So next up is Jad, and this part really isn't too hard. You should have gone for the same spawn that I had at the beginning for the 45, which is the southeast spawn. So Jad should spawn there, and all you have to do is run over to the northeast part of the cave, and he'll be blocked behind the Italy rock. And once he's blocked behind the Italy rock, it's pretty simple. You just kill him the same way you kill 360s over there. You just run over, attack him once, run back over to the safe spot of the Italy rock, and eat a purple sweet to tick eat him. With him, you'll want to eat the purple sweet just a little bit later than you would for a 360. Although if you have high HP and brews left, you can just be safe and just brew up past 98 HP or whatever his max is, and that way he can't KO you even if you mess up on the tick eat. That is what I did. I just brewed up to higher HP. If you have Vengeance, that helps a ton right here. You'll want to Venge to do tons of damage to him, and that's pretty much it. Just kill him the same way you'd kill the 360s until the healers come. When the healers come, then you'll want to kind of go as far east as you can, and then wait for like one or two healers to get to him, and then start running around the Italy rock slightly. And Jad shouldn't move, as he's not moving for me. It should be the same. And if he's not moving, then you have it correct so far. The healers are blocking him from moving, so you can kind of go to the edge of the Italy rock without him attacking you. And then there should be a few more healers walking towards him, as there are in my clip. Wait for them to get to Jad, and then you'll want to use your chins, and you'll want to throw the chins at the healer that is in the position where it should attack all the healers. Your chin should hit all of them. I slightly messed up here. I was one off, so my chin missed one of the healers. And if you mess up, it can be very difficult to fix. There's a million different possibilities that could happen, so I can't tell you how to fix them all. You're just going to have to figure that out on your own. I will show you how I fixed my mistake. And so all I did to fix mine was I realized that he was on the other side of Jad and he wasn't healing Jad. So I figured he was still aggroed on me, so I just walked to the east a little bit to allow him to walk around Jad. I knew I was going to be in Jad's range, so Jad wasn't going to move. He was just going to sit there and attack me. So I moved over so that he would walk around Jad, and then I allowed him to walk around the Italy Rock. Once he was on my side of the Italy Rock, I just killed him and then moved on to Jad. Yeah, once you have all the healers on the other side of the Italy Rock, just kill them. And once they're all killed, as long as they didn't heal Jad to full HP, they shouldn't spawn again. So you'll just want to continue killing Jad the same way that you did for the first half of his HP, and you'll eventually kill him, and that is the fight cave complete. So congratulations if you're able to get your fire cape without overheads. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, leave a like. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
All the memories and all the days we've spent together.